Previously on When Calls the Heart.
It's so nice to be back. I missed all of you.
AJ Foster.
What happened between us?
I arrested you. You escaped. That's all there was.
I hear you're a married lady now.
How do you two know each other?
My sisters and I grew up with your son, Duncan.
My son and I haven't spoken in a number of years.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
If I become majority stakeholder in the bank, I want to make sure that we're partners.
Baxter has a history of taking small towns and turning them into something we don't want.
We need to warn Jenkins.
Who felt the morning chill today? Well, I have a new class assignment for everyone. We're all going to be learning about weather. I'm going to assign you in groups of 2, and each team will be giving a presentation based on a different aspect of weather. For example, Cody and Anna, you will be giving a presentation on clouds. Next, we have Hattie and Robert. Your presentation will be on rain. Harper and Emily, your assignment will be wind.
Now, you may not like Joshua Baxter.
I don't know him personally. What I don't like are the businesses he promotes. It would be bad for Hope Valley.
If he had done something illegal in those other towns that you're talking about, he'd be under arrest.
One of the reasons he isn't is because he controls the sheriff and the mayor in those towns.
You don't know that for a fact. Now, my bank is facing a total collapse without Baxter's money. We have a deal.
Nothing is binding until the papers are signed.
The papers are being drawn up as we speak.
Meaning, we still have time.
Time? For what?
For me to convince Greta Preston to step up and take Baxter's place. Her reputation is impeccable. If I can convince her to at least match the same deal you made with Baxter.
If may be a small word, but it can do an awful lot of harm.
All I'm asking you to do is slow down the paperwork. Tell Baxter your lawyers need to look it over.
But they don't. It's a very straightforward contract.
That may be, but it'll buy us some time. And if Baxter is truly committed, he won't mind a small delay. Just like you said before, you've been a good citizen in this town for many years. Don't leave the future of Hope Valley in the hands of Baxter.
All right. I'll stall him for a couple of days, but that's it.
Thank you.
Rhonda!
Hi, Carson.
Oh, what a nice surprise.
Marlies told me you were here.
How are your parents?
Father is a little crustier, if you can believe it.
And your mom? Is she still gardening?
No, she stopped when Amber died. I miss my sister every day.
Yeah. I miss her too.
Is it true that afterwards you kept your wedding ring on?
For over 2 years.
That was sweet. I was happy to hear that you went back to practicing medicine.
It took me a while, but I finally made my way back.
Well, this town is lucky to have you.
I think I'm the lucky one.
I wish I could say the same for myself.
Something tells me you are not just here for a social visit.
I'm not. I'm here because I'm dying. I have a tumor
Where?
in my brain. Some doctors think this sort of thing is hereditary.
I know.
No one in my family knows.
Why not?
The thought of losing 2 daughters would be too much for my parents.
Well, what about Marlies?
My sister would feel obligated to tell them. Promise me you won't contact them about this.
Who diagnosed you? When?
My hometown doctor in Fairfield. He knew something wasn't right when I kept getting these horrible headaches. He found it right here. They say this will kill me.
Over time. We don't know how long.
But I heard it can be removed.
I already tried with Amber.
But sometimes the operation works, right?
It's experimental. Not many doctors perform it, and those that do are very unsuccessful.
My doctor in Fairfield isn't one of those specialists. He can't do the surgery. Which is why I came to you.
Rhonda, I'm sorry. I already tried it once. You don't want me. But if you really want to do this surgery, I will find you the right doctor.
You know someone.
Yes, Dr. James Ellis in Union City. But are you sure? Most people don't survive this operation.
I'm willing to take that risk.
I'll wire Dr. Ellis right now.
Thank you, Carson.
Oh, I'm glad I caught you before you left.
Just about done packing.
I was talking to AJ. AJ, I really appreciate you giving us an idea of what we might expect from Baxter.
Oh, well, I'm happy I could have helped. I was hoping that maybe you could do something for me.
What's that?
Could you return this to Dottie? It's only been worn once, and I'm sure she could still sell it.
Well, that's our gift to you.
Well, no, where I'm going, I won't need a dress. It felt good to wear it for a few hours. Please.
Of course. Good luck, AJ.
Thank you.
What did Jenkins say about putting off the deal?
He's given me 2 days to convince Greta to take Baxter's place.
You want me to stay? I can delay her transfer.
No, there's nothing you can do. We're getting an investor. The only question is which one. Mrs. Preston,
Madam Mayor? Henry.
may we join you?
Of course. But I don't recommend the coffee. Somehow it is both burnt and cold.
Thank you, Henry. We wanted to talk to you about the bank.
There's been a little development.
In my experience, when people say that a development is little, it rarely is.
Well, Jenkins has agreed to terms with Joshua Baxter.
Without even giving me the time of day.
The paperwork hasn't been signed. I asked Jenkins to delay it so you would have time to make an offer.
I told you both specifically that I would not be used as a bargaining chip.
And you're not.
You people didn't even bother to hear whether I was interested before making an agreement with this other fella.
Unfortunately, Jenkins made this deal without me knowing.
You know what I just heard? You have no influence over the bank. You're just an observer stuck on the sideline. And I'm the sap who wasted her time.
Please, Mrs. Preston, I wouldn't have convinced Jenkins to delay the paperwork if I didn't think you were the better choice.
Well, I have no doubt that I am the better choice. But I have two rules. And as a woman working in a man's world, I'm sure you will understand. I don't get overlooked, and I don't play for second place. Good luck. For your sake, I hope that Jenkins finally has made a smart move, but I doubt it.
What is it?
You know, when I was mayor of this town, Joshua Baxter would have been the perfect partner for me. And I was taking this town down a different road.
But you're a changed man, Henry.
Be that as it may. What do you want to do now?
Hope you don't mind getting wet. Looks like it's gonna rain.
It won't last long, but it will be heavy.
No, not that heavy. We'll hide out over here. Make sure you tie your horse down.
Look at this. There's a drawing of a machine that takes wind measurements. We could build one.
Mrs. Thornton didn't say anything about having to build stuff.
We'll get a better grade if we do more than she asked.
It looks pretty complicated.
We can do it.
Maybe you can. You're so much smarter than I am.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. That's why you and Hattie always get the best marks in science.
Condensation, dew point, precipitation.
Building the wind thing would be a good idea, but only if it's done right.
I'll do it. But you can read up on how wind's made. It's easy to explain. It just has to do with warmer rising and cooler rushing to take its place.
What?
Never mind. I'll do that too.
Great.
So have you ever been married?
None of your business.
Come on. Just trying to make conversation. Already talked about the weather. It's wet.
I was married once, a long time ago.
And how'd you mess it up?
Why do you think I messed it up?
Just a wild guess.
Well, you'd be wrong. Rain stopped. Where's your horse?
I don't know. It must have gotten spooked by lightning.
I told you to tie him down.
I did.
Oh, you did? Really?
Yeah, but we still have one horse.
And 2 riders.
Yeah, so we ride together.
Did you do this on purpose?
Oh, get over yourself. Just like old times.
What old times would those be?
You don't remember? We shared a horse the last time you were taking me to jail.
You do realize trips down memory lane usually don't include stories of incarceration.
You gotta admit, it was an adventure.
That it was.
Hey, you don't suppose you'd consider putting in a good word for me with the judge?
Is that why you're buttering me up?
How am I buttering you up?
You're trying to make me feel that there's something real between us, AJ, but it's not gonna work.
Well, I feel that
Let me make this clear. I'm the sheriff, you're the fugitive. I'm taking you to jail. And there's nothing, I repeat, nothing else between us. Got it?
Got it. What's wrong?
Probably got a stone caught in his shoe. Hop off for a minute. Yeah, just like I thought.
Bill!
Watch out! The horse!
No! Ooh, can't catch him. He'll die trying. What do we do now?
Without antivenom, I got about a day before my heart stops. We got no horse, we got no way of getting help.
Give it to me.
Emily, what are you still doing here?
I need to finish taking wind measurements for our presentation tomorrow.
Well, where's Harper? Shouldn't he be helping you?
It's okay. I said I would do it.
Then I will wait with you. We can walk home together.
Thanks, Mrs. Thornton.
You're welcome.
How are you feeling?
A little shaky.
There must be something else we can do.
The old timers used to say, you put charcoal on the wound and it sucks the poison out. Maybe worth a try.
Okay.
No, not like that.
How?
You gotta crush it and mix it with water. Make a paste.
I'm not giving up.
Of course not. You never do.
I have to find a way to get through to Greta.
Well, when she feels slighted, she doesn't forgive.
What do you mean?
Well, I wired my friend Duncan in Hamilton to let him know that his mother was here. He wired back and said that she never forgave him for something he said to her years ago. He's reached out several times and she just doesn't respond.
Greta is one tough lady. I'm sure she spent her whole career fighting to be respected.
I guess that can harden a person.
People learn to become hard. But sometimes they can remember how not to be. Here you go. Here you go, Carson.
Thanks, Abigail. This is my sister-in-law. This is Rhonda.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. How long are you in town for?
We'll see. I need an operation.
Oh. Well, I hope everything will be okay.
Thank you.
We're just waiting to hear back from a specialist. So.
When do you think you might hear from Dr. Ellis?
Soon. I told him it was very urgent. So.
I'm sure Carson will do everything he can.
I don't know what I'd do without him.
Well, the whole town feels that way about him. You let me know if I can get you anything else.
Thank you, Abigail. Hey, enjoy. You remind me, Amber,
What do you mean?
how you cut your chicken, the way you bend your wrist, and your index finger points down the knife towards a plate.
I think she taught me how to hold a knife and fork before I could walk.
Amber was the definition of elegance and grace, with a great sense of humor to boot.
You two were a great couple. I know it was especially hard on you when she died.
It's hard on all of us.
Just so you know, I never blamed you at all.
You know, I always wonder if I had been a better surgeon, maybe Amber would still be alive now.
Don't think that way.
I do, which is why I only want the very best for you.
The charcoal's not working.
Well, you bought me some time. First light tomorrow morning, we'll walk out of here.
Shh. You're in no shape to walk.
So you really do care.
Yeah, I really do. Don't ask me why. You're not as friendly to me as that rattlesnake.
Now you'll catch cold.
Oh, don't worry about me. You're burning up.
I've never met anyone like you. Adeline, Josephine, Foster.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Mostly good, I think.
It's probably the fever talking.
Yeah, probably. Because I'm still taking it a trial.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, you're not taking anybody anywhere.
Thanks. Thanks for staying with me.
You're welcome. Try to get some sleep.
Dear Jack, I'm writing you early today. Class hasn't started yet. Soon the hustle and bustle of the day will sweep morning into night, and that's a very good thing, because it means I'll be back in your arms one day sooner. I miss hearing your voice, your laughter. I miss everything about you. But I know this is only temporary. I so look forward to the day you return. Until then, your loving wife, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Mr. Baxter.
You don't look happy to see me.
I'm always happy to have customers.
Why do I get the sense that I'm the exception to that rule? But since you have the only cafe in town, here I am.
Huh. The saloon serves pork and beans.
Is that what that was? I was afraid to ask.
What can I get you?
Eggs. Scrambled. With bacon.
Coming right up.
I'd also like an explanation.
About what?
I think Jenkins is deliberately holding up the paperwork on our deal. My hunch is the delay is your doing.
If you're asking me if I would prefer someone else to invest in the bank, the answer is yes.
You're talking about Greta Preston.
I'm talking about anyone who wouldn't change the basic character of this town.
Nothing ever stays the same, Mr. Stanton. If they're lucky, towns become cities. Cities become metropolises. It's called progress.
You and I have a very different view on what progress is, Mr. Baxter.
I told Mr. Jenkins that if he didn't have the paperwork for me to sign by 4 o'clock today, I'm canceling my offer. Do you know what he did? He folded like a house of cards. Now, if I could get those eggs.
That's just awful, Carson. First your wife and now your sister-in-law.
I've known Rhonda since she was 6. She was always that little kid running around with a smile on her face. She was the flower girl at our wedding.
How successful is this type of surgery?
Not very. Most die on the table like Amber.
Oh, dear.
I guess Rhonda doesn't have a lot of great options, does she?
I remember watching Amber. It wasn't easy.
No, of course not.
It gave her false hope. She died thinking that I would save her.
No.
You tried your best.
My best wasn't good enough. Well, I should get to the infirmary. I got some appointments this morning.
Of course. Glad I found you. This just came for you.
Thank you, Ned.
Is that from Dr. Ellis?
Yes.
AJ! AJ!
Harper and I did our presentation on wind. Yep. Wind is air that's moving. It's made when the sun heats the Earth's surface different in one part than another because there are so many different kinds of land and water formations.
Oh, and what makes wind move?
When warm air...
Oh, I'm sorry, Emily. I was actually asking Harper.
Oh, it's when warm air...
When warm air rises and cooler air fills in the space it left. When the high air pressure hits the low air pressure, the wind blows.
That's it.
And can you tell us how wind is measured?
Sure. I'll show the class what what we made.
Harper, do you want to tell us what that is?
Sure, it's, I'm sorry, Mrs. Thorne, I forgot.
It's called an anemometer.
That's right.
Thank you, Emily.
Rhonda, I'm so sorry Dr. Ellis feels the surgery's too risky and he isn't willing to take a chance.
Wouldn't I be the one taking it?
Doctors take a different view sometimes. But trust me, I made the best case possible for you. I told them you were young and otherwise healthy. But you have to understand, brain surgery is very experimental.
Is there no one else we can ask?
Dr. Ellis is the best. I can reach out to others,
The
but...
longer I wait, the worse it'll get, right?
Yes, that's true.
Then you have to do it. Right away.
Rhonda, I already explained to you why I can't.
Carson, please.
When I operated on your sister, I was working in a hospital, performing surgery every day. I'm a country doctor now, not a brain surgeon.
I have faith in you.
As a doctor, it's my duty to weigh the risks. And there is a dozen things that can go wrong here.
So you're weighing what might go wrong against my life.
I'm weighing the possibility of you living for 6 months, 12 months, against dying on an operating table.
I want the chance at a long life, Carson. And you're my last hope.
Looks like you're carrying the weight of the world.
It feels that way a little bit. If Rhonda doesn't have this surgery, she's gonna die. There's no way around it.
And she wants you to do it?
Yes, she's run out of all other options, so I can understand why she asked.
What did you tell her?
I told her I'd think about it.
Looks like you're not doing much else.
I can't do this surgery, Faith. A good surgeon has to be completely confident in his skills, and when it comes to this operation, I'm not.
Stop. I have worked with plenty of other doctors, and none of them are as good as you. You saved Cody's life when he would have died in the hands of another doctor. I witnessed the focus and skill that it took.
When I prepare for a surgery, I go over every step in my mind, visualizing. And when I try and do that for Rhonda, all I see is my wife lying there. I can't lose her sister the same way I lost her.
But what if your experience with your wife actually helped you save her sister? Wouldn't that be something?
Don't forget your weather projects. I'm sure your parents would love to see them. Harper, Emily, I'd like to speak with you, please. Working in a team is a partnership. You work together so that you can accomplish more together than you could apart. Letting Emily do everything and taking the credit is almost as bad as telling a lie, isn't it, Harper?
Yes.
So why did you do it?
I'm no good at science.
That's not true. But even if it were, by letting Emily do everything, you denied yourself the opportunity to learn. And Emily, I know you really cared about this project, but you weren't doing Harper any favors now, were you?
I guess not. I just wanted a good grade.
I know you did. But some things are more important than grades. Now, Harper, I'm sorry to say it, but I'm going to have to give you an incomplete on this assignment, which means you'll have to do it over again. But I believe in you, and part of my job is to make sure you believe in yourself. So when you turn in this project, that'll be a good start.
Okay, but I'm not sure where to begin.
Well, I have some books you can take home with you, and hopefully they'll spark some ideas.
If you want, I could help you a little. I mean, if that's all right.
little.
Really? You want to help me after what I did?
I'm not going to do all the work for you, but I can show you where to start.
Okay. Thanks.
Sure.
Hello, Mother.
Duncan? What are you doing here?
I wired him, Greta.
Can I ask why?
I know I said some things that hurt you.
Hurt? You said I was a terrible mother, that I wasn't there for you.
I'm sorry.
When your father died, I had to go to work to put food on the table and send you to school, and it was all on me. I couldn't be a regular mother. There for you every day when you came home.
I know. I've sent you so many written apologies, but you never reply. Why?
Well, there are some things that you just can't take back.
I disagree, Mrs. Preston. You weather the storm with family. I lost my older son, Peter. And there were times when we disagreed, spoke harshly. But do you think those times matter one bit now?
I am very sorry for the loss of your son. But I really wish that you people would stop sticking your nose in other people's business.
But I grew up with you. I consider you friends. But Greta, you have to be willing to forgive. If not in business, then at least in your personal life.
Because without forgiveness, you've got nothing.
I have to go. Wait. Before you leave, I want to introduce you to some people. This is my wife, Judith.
Hello.
Hello?
And your grandchildren. They want to meet you.
Are you my grandma?
Hello?
This is Elliot.
Elliot. Now that is a fine name. Did you know that that was your grandfather's name?
And this is Helen.
You gave her my middle name? I really must go.
Don't go, Grandma.
Know what to say.
You don't have to say a thing, Mom.
Never better.
Okay, I found a doctor. He has anti-venom. Okay. Why did you leave the camp? We've been looking everywhere for you. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Okay, here it comes. The anti-venom.
Hurry up, Doc. Hurry up.
There you go.
Everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Rhonda, are you okay? They watered them now. House.
Excuse me?
Carson? Come here.
What's going on?
Oh,
Come. Sit. Oh,
careful.
no.
Carson.
What happened? It's okay. Don't speak. The tumor's putting pressure on your brain.
Can you help her?
She needs surgery.
Who's gonna do it?
Me. I need supplies from Benson Hill Hospital. Can you get them for me?
Benson Hills. Yeah, I have a truck on its way to Benson Hills right now. I could wire ahead, get the driver to pick up whatever you need, and come back right away.
I need chloroform and carbolic acid.
Chloroform, carbolic acid. Got it. Chloroform, carbolic acid. Okay.
I need you to monitor her heart while I do this.
Of course.
It's going to be okay.
Everything looks to be in order and ready to sign. Together, we're going to do great things for this town.
Pardon the interruption, gentlemen. Mr. Jenkins, we had a deal. You gave me until tomorrow to see if Mrs. Preston would agree to buy you.
Bird in the hand, Mrs. Stanton.
Well, now you have two birds if that contract is unsigned.
Come on, Jenkins.
You have a choice to make. One investor will take this town in a bad direction. And the other won't. What will it be?
Jenkins, you already agreed.
The future of Hope Valley is in your hands.
Here you go, Mrs. Preston.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
A little better.
Good. It looks like we both have our own escorts now. They let me stay long enough to know you were okay. And, it's time for me to go.
Wait. I should have told you something before.
What's that?
I know the prosecutor in Cape Fullerton. When you arrived, I may have wired ahead and called in a favor.
You did that for me?
She wired back. She's recommending you serve less time than Gowan, which wasn't much.
Thank you.
One more thing.
I knew you had that in you.
Yeah, it's all set.
Until next time.
All right. You're gonna be okay.
Brought you some coffee.
Thank you, Abigail. Thank you so much. There you go, sweetheart.
I know Carson didn't have much choice. But to have to perform the same surgery he did on his wife.
Has to be so hard on him.
Would you mind?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Rhonda's bleeding has stopped and her heart rate is strong.
She even woke up and spoke to us.
Carson did it.
We did it. Thank you for all your help.
Oh, it's the least I could do.
I think my wife was looking out for her little sister tonight.
I know you definitely were.
Let's go for a ride in Grandma's car?
Yeah.
Okay. Upsy daisy.
Upsy daisy.
I am very pleased that this worked out, Madam Mayor.
Oh, please, call me Abigail.
Of course. Abigail, if we're going to build this town together, we should be on a first-name basis.
Thank you for believing in our town.
There is a lot to believe in. I don't know what to say to you, Elizabeth. Leave it to a school teacher to teach me a life lesson.
I'm just glad that you and Duncan have reunited.
Thank you. All right, we're meeting your parents in Cape Fullerton. Let's get this show on the road. Who wants to put their head up?
You know, I'm beginning to think that the term grand dame was invented just for Greta.
Oh, I think you're right.
Oh, I heard that Carson's surgery was a success.
A full recovery is expected.
Carson saved another life. The bank is reopening. This day is just full of reasons to celebrate.
I know how Greta would celebrate.
Maybe we should have a nice cup of tea instead.
Next Sunday on an all-new When Calls the Heart.
Mr. Coulter,
A new arrival shakes things up.
there's something about that woman I just don't trust.
Just gave my notice with Lee. I'll be leaving town soon.
What's going on?
Well, I've been given the opportunity to run a company.
And a loving wife waits.
Have you heard from Jack?
I got a letter yesterday.
Gosh, just think. In a few weeks, he'll be home for good.
I know. I can't wait.
An all-new When Calls the Heart. Next Sunday night at 9 on Hallmark Channel.